Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Storytime with the Magoon Institute. Today's topic is food for thought, and the book we're reading is Maddi's Fridge, written by Lois Brandt and illustrated by Vin Vogel. My name is Miss Megan, and I work for the Patrick M. Magoon Institute for Healthy Communities on the Food, Activity, and Nutrition team. And that's a mouthful, but what you really need to know is that I'm kind of an expert in all things nutrition and movement. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about an awesome project we're working on called One Hospital, One Cause, where we are giving back this holiday season by collecting items for an amazing food pantry partner called Circle Urban Ministries. Have you ever heard of a food pantry? Well, a food pantry is somewhere that people can go get groceries if they can't afford to go to the store and buy them. And everyone needs to eat, right? But sometimes we don't have enough money to go to the store and buy groceries. But luckily for us, there are amazing food pantries in Chicago, like our partner Circle Urban Ministries, where people can go get food, healthy food, for free. Food pantries are also a great way to give back. You can go volunteer or collect food to donate yourself, like we are for the One Hospital, One Cause program. If you want to learn more about One Hospital, One Cause, or find a food pantry in your community, scan the QR code on the donation bins that can be found throughout the hospital from December 2nd to December 15th. I'll also share a QR code at the end of this story time that you can scan too. I'm curious to learn, what are some ways that you like to give back during the holiday season? Call in to 11111 and tell me how you like to give back. If you call in and share your story, you can win an awesome little sloth to take with you. So maybe you go and you shovel your grandma's driveway, or maybe you help your neighbor rake his leaves. Do you bake cookies for your mailman? There are lots and lots of ways to give back. Another great way is donating toys to kids like you that you don't need anymore. So go ahead and call in. That again is 11111. So that's 5 ones to tell me how you like to give back this holiday season. All right. So I think it's time to dive into our story. Again, the story we're featuring today is called Maddi's Fridge by Lois Brandt, and it's illustrated by Vin Vogel. All right. How do you like to give back during the holidays?
You clean.
You help clean? Yeah, that's awesome. I bet that really helps out your family when you help pick up around the house.
Hi.
Hi, what a good way to give back. Thank you so much for calling. Is there anything else you want to share?
Huh? Bye.
Bye, thank you. Amazing. So another amazing caller. So if you have a story to share about how you give back, maybe you help your family clean the house and get ready for all the chaos of the holidays, call in to 11111. All right, now let's get started with our story. All right. When Sophia and Maddi played at the park, they stretched their toes to the sky. They climbed the top of the ladder and flew off the end of the slide. They stayed until the buildings grew long shadows and even the taxis stopped honking. So I want to know if everybody can stretch like they do at the park when they play. They stretch to the sky. So if you reach your hands in there and you can stretch to the sky, or you can try stretching with your fingers, right? So you could spread your fingers and stretch to the sky. Or we could even try stretching our faces. Can you stretch your face to the sky? What does that look like? Stretch your face to the sky. That's kind of silly. But there's lots of different ways that we can move our bodies, and stretching is one of those ways. But you don't have to stretch your arms or fingers. You can stretch lots of different body parts. Let's play on the climbing wall, Maddi said. No way, Sophia said. I can't reach. Yes way. Maddi scooted up to the top of the wall and said, your turn. Sophia put a foot on the bottom rock, grabbed with one hand, and stretched. But she couldn't reach the next hold. Sophia's stomach growled. I give up. Let's go get a snack. No way, Maddi said. Let's stay here. Yes way. And Sophia ran to Maddi's building. She raced up the stairs. Wait. Maddi ran after her. Maddi was the best climber, but Sophia was the fastest runner. So what do you do when your tummy rumbles? I know I like to go and get a healthy snack from my fridge. So I like to try to have a snack that has lots of fruits and veggies, and usually another food group too, like a piece of cheese or yogurt from the dairy group, or a lean protein like peanut butter or chicken. All right. Sophia swung open the door of Maddi's fridge. What have you got? We have milk, Maddi said, but I'm saving it for Ryan. He's still little. Why doesn't your mom go to the store? Sophia asked. We don't have enough money. We have some bread, Maddi said. I guess I'll go home to eat, Sophia said. Please don't tell anyone, Maddi said. Okay, promise? I promise. What do you do if the fridge is empty at home? You might go to the grocery store and go shopping, or even call and order delivery. But what if you don't have enough money to do that? Sophia ran home, past the bookstore and the grocery store. The sun went down behind the buildings and took all the colors with it. Now, wow. Oh, we have a color. Yay. So do you want to share a story about how you give back this holiday season?
Yeah.
Awesome. Go ahead and tell me.
I will love to help clean my parents' rooms and help them cook and help them get ready, and also help them set up and do great things until I get survive.
That's amazing. So you help clean, you help cook, you help set up. It sounds like you really help them get ready for all of your holiday festivities. That's so nice. All right, now back to our beautiful story. I was commenting on the colors here and how beautiful they are. And I see a lot of things in this illustration that I see in my very own neighborhood. There's a bookstore, there's a yoga studio here, there's a coffee shop that has some groceries and bagels. I even see a lot of people being active in their community. How cool is it that there's a guy riding a bike and walking the dog, and it looks like somebody may be coming back from a music lesson. What a vibrant community. And we love to see people being active in their communities. There's even a kitty and a doggy. You might have a cat or a dog at home too that you like to play with and be active. All right. All right, good timing, Mom said. Dinner is almost ready. Luis was wrestling on the floor with Pepito. Pepito's their dog. Sophia opened the refrigerator door and Pepito peeked inside. Sophia's fridge was full of milk and eggs and tortillas and cheese and lettuce and jam and salsa and tofu and even a half a can of dog food. Wow, that is a very full refrigerator. And one thing you might notice is that there are foods from all of the food groups. There are fruits and vegetables. There are milk and cheese. We see some proteins with the eggs and the tofu. We see some grains like tortillas. And there's even dog food in their refrigerator. Maddi's fridge didn't have very many food groups in it, did it? So we want to see a fridge that has all of the different food groups so we can make sure we're getting the vitamins and nutrients our bodies need. Here you go, Mom said. Sophia and Luis each had a plate of fish and rice. Mom had a plate of fish and rice. Even Pepito had his dog bowl full of food with a little bit of fish and rice. Maddi and Ryan only had some bread and a small carton of milk. Sophia couldn't tell Mom. She had to keep her promise to Maddi. Not fish again, Louise said. I want cheesy pizza bombs. Cheesy pizza bombs are a treat, Mom said. Fish is a good source of protein. Is fish good for kids? Sophia asked. Yes, Mom smiled. Fish is perfect for kids. That night, Sophia had an idea. You could see in the picture, it looks like Sophia is packing the fish into a backpack. What could that mean? Let's find out. Oh my gosh, and now we're on the next day at school. Yuck, Maddi said the next day. Oh, Sophia said, double yuck. Fish might be good for kids, but fish is not good for backpacks. After school, Sophia and Maddi raced to the climbing wall. Sophia got there first, but Maddi scrambled past her to the top of the wall. Sophia stretched and stretched. Can you all stretch again? You could stretch with your arms, remember? Ooh, or you could just stretch with your hands. Ooh, stretch your fingers out. You could stretch with your face. Ooh, or stretch that face out. What if we try to stretch our face sideways like this? Again, that's kind of silly. But if you keep trying, you can get it, Maddi said. I can't, Sophia jumped down. It's too high. Look at how these kids love to be active. They are running and playing. They're using their park in their neighborhood. Even the guys in the background are dancing and having a good time. What a fun way to move your body. I love dancing. Do you have any ways that you like to move your body? All right, so now we are at dinner time again at Sophia's house. Let's see what they're having tonight. That night, Sophia, Luis, and Mom ate frittata. Have you ever heard of frittata? That might be new. So that is a dish that's made with eggs and vegetables. Pepito had his dog food with a little bit of frittata. Maddi and Ryan still had an empty refrigerator. Sophia couldn't ask for help. That would break her promise, but she had to try again. Are eggs good for kids? Sophia asked. Not as good as cheesy pizza bites, Louise said. Cheesy pizza bombs are a treat, Mom said, and eggs are good for you. After dinner, Sophia packed eggs for Maddi and Ryan. You can see she's putting them in her backpack again. Let's see how this goes. And the next day at school, what happened? Oh no, yuck, Maddi said. Double yuck, Sophia said. Eggs might be good for kids, but they are not good for backpacks. P.U. Sophia and Maddi raced to the climbing wall. Sophia won again, but Maddi shot past her to the top of the wall. Sophia grabbed one hold and she reached for the next. She reached with her fingers. She stretched with her face. And she came down with a thump. That happens sometimes, Maddi called. This is impossible, Sophia said. Keep trying, Maddi said. You'll get it. All right, let's see it. We're at dinner time with Sophia again. That night, Sophia, Luis, and Mom had burritos. Pepito had his dog food with a little bit of burrito, no salsa. Maddi and Ryan still had an empty fridge. Sophia wished she hadn't promised Maddi. Are burritos good for kids? Sophia asked. Burritos are very good for you, Mom said. Not as good as, Louis started to say. You should pay attention to nutrition like your sister, Mom said. The next morning, Sophia put 2 burritos in her backpack along with tortillas, beans, cheese, and even some milk. Sophia looks a little frustrated. She's really trying to help her friend, but she wants to keep her secret. But look at how nicely she's packing up that food to bring to her friend the next day at school. So let's see how it goes this time. No thanks, Maddi said. You haven't even looked, Sophia said. Is it fish? Maddi asked. No. Is it eggs? No. Is it gross? I don't know, Sophia said. Maddi shook the backpack and something sloshed. Let's look together, Maddi said. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, burritos are good for backpacks. And for kids too. Do you want some milk? Sophia asked. Thanks, Maddi said, but I'll save the milk for Ryan. Sophia and Maddi raced to the climbing wall. Sophia won as usual and tried to climb. You can do it, Maddi said. Take my hand. Woohoo! I made it to the top, Sophia shouted. We're the tallest kids in the park, Maddi said. Thanks for helping me, Maddi. I couldn't do it alone. Maddi shrugged. That's what friends are for. Sophia helped Maddi with her food, and Maddi helped Sophia climb the wall. We all have different ways that we can help. And I bet if you think you have ways that you can help kids like you too. All right. After they finished playing, Sophia walked home past the bookstore and the grocery store. Her own fridge was full of milk and juice and chicken and yogurt and bread and carrots and even half a can of dog food. She thought, Maddi's fridge only had 2 tortillas, 1 cup of beans, a bit of cheese, and just a little more milk than before. Sophia didn't want to break her promise, and it's important to keep our promises, but she couldn't help Maddi alone. Sophia told. She hoped Maddi wouldn't be mad. I'm glad you told me, Mom said. Let's see what we can do together. They loaded grocery bags with milk, flour, chicken, carrots, sugar, oil, and even frozen meats and vegetables. Luis pulled his package of cheesy pizza bombs out of the freezer. He thought and then he thought some more. Then he puts his cheesy bombs in Maddi and Ryan's bag and says, for a treat? But isn't that so nice that Luis gave away his favorite cheesy bombs so that Maddi could have food in her fridge. What a nice gesture of Luis to do that. And look, Pepito is helping too. He's even giving some of his food away. How nice. All righty. So now they've gone over to Maddi's house with all of their amazing groceries. And at Maddi's apartment, the moms talked. Luis and Ryan played, and Sophia and Maddi ran to the park. You broke your promise, Maddi said. I'm sorry, Sophia said. Are you mad? A promise is important, Maddi said. You're important, Sophia said. I wanted you to have milk too. Maddi smiled. Are we still friends? Sophia asked. Always, Maddi said. Double always, Sophia said. So the next day, out the window, sorry. Cheesy pizza bombs, Luis yelled. Our moms made cheesy pizza bombs for a treat. All right. Sophia and Maddi raced up the stairs. Sophia slowed down so they could run together, because that's what friends are for. So this is the end of the story, but before we close out and we get you those ever popular sloths, there's a few tips I want to share with you all. So there are lots of things that we can do to help our friends and family that might have empty refrigerators. One of the things that we can do is tell a parent or trusted adult. Talk to somebody you trust in your life and let them know that somebody you know doesn't have food in their refrigerator and you would like to help them. When you have your friends over to play, you can always offer some fruit and a glass of milk, offer them snacks, make sure their tummy isn't rumbling when they leave their house, have a tasty snack together. You could even make them cheesy pizza bombs if you go to maddysfridge.com for the recipe. You can make posters too, encouraging people to give food or money to your local food bank. Our local food bank here in Chicago is called the Greater Chicago Food Depository. So that's a wonderful place to donate. Or you can find a food pantry that's located in your community. And one of the ways that you can find a food pantry located in your very own community is by scanning the QR code here on the book or visiting www.chicagosfoodbank.org/find-food. When you get there, you'll be able to type in your address to find food pantries that are close to your house. So then you can either donate your time or your food items to a pantry that's close to you, or if your family ever needs to use a food pantry, you know where there's one in your very own neighborhood. There are a couple other tips we have, of course. You could always go with your friends or family to volunteer. You could ask your local food bank what foods they need and organize a neighborhood or school food drive to collect those items. I've done some school food drives and those can be a whole lot of fun. You could talk to your friends, teachers, and parents about ways to fight childhood hunger. The more we talk about empty refrigerators, the fewer there will be. And lastly, one great way you can help give back here at Lurie Children's Hospital is through the One Hospital, One Cause drive that's happening from December 2nd to December 15th. So look for the donation bins throughout the hospital. If you would like to drop off items, or if you just need more resources, you can scan the QR codes that are on the bins as well. Thank you so much for having me today. This was such a fun time. Thank you for calling in, and we will see you next time.